Hey, this is your girl Forever Trina coming back at you with another Married at First Sight review. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. If this is your second, third, fourth, sixth, 10th time visiting, welcome back, fam. I appreciate the love and I appreciate you. Before we get started, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that when I drop a new video, you will be the first to know. All right, let's get into it. All right, so let's get started. So this is season 14, episode 11, entitled Worst Dinner Party Ever. We about to get into that. So this is their 1 month anniversary. So all the couples are doing their little 1 month activities. So let's see what everyone has planned. We're going to start off with Noy and Steve. It seems like I start off with Noy and Steve every week. They don't give me a whole lot, so it's good just to get them out the way and move on to the more exciting couples. So that's what we're about to do. All right, so Noy and Steve, the first scene with them, Steve is with his brother playing basketball. Then they sit down afterward. He gets some advice from his brother. I think he said his brother was has been married for 10 years, so he should be able to offer some good advice. And just from what Steve was saying, his brother was like, okay, so you're taking more of the domestic role on in your relationship. Everybody has a role. Right now, Steve, you don't got no job, so domestic jobs around the house. That seems to fit. That seems to go pretty, hand in hand right there. He talks to, he mentioned that she talks to her friends about issues before she brings them to him. So I have different opinions about that. So I see where he's coming from. He's just like, yo, let me know if there's something wrong. If you have an issue with me, let me know about the issue and let's talk it through. If I were with a man like Steve, he's very rational. He's very thought-provoking. He thinks things through. I probably would be like, yeah, let me talk this through with him. But also, Noy doesn't know him like that. She knows her girls. She knows her people. That's who she's comfortable with. So it's kind of like that just first. Like I mentioned with Lindsay the other week, sometimes you just, with your girl, you just want to just get it all out. And then come back to your man and say it in a more kinder, nicer way. And so maybe that's what she's doing. But apparently Steve is not really down for that. And so that, again, I'm always talking about this needs to be a conversation. I'm not sure if Steve expressed that to her. That might be something he needs to say. He just needs to say, hey, I know you go to your girl with all this stuff, and you don't come to me and allow me to be able to talk through this and walk through this with you. Can we do that? So that might just, if you're used to going to your girlfriend, I get it. She's married. She shouldn't do that anymore, but she just got married. Give her a little time, it takes a little time to really fall into that role and to get rid of those old habits. Eventually she'll learn, yes, I need to come to you with that. But again, I feel it's because I go to my girls with stuff. Because there's some things I just don't want to have a filter on. I don't want to have to figure out a way to say it so that it's well received from my husband. So I just want to get it all out there and then go back and figure out how I'm going to string these words together so that they're not offensive. So again, there's two ways to look at that. It's either like, you being a little girl, stop going to your girls, or it's just like, okay, Noy is that's just another way she just gets things out, and she kind of needs to talk things through so she can process it before she's able to take it to Steve. Again, but Steve just needs to talk to her. If he don't like that, then, he can go ahead and he could just say, I don't like that. Can we change this? They can come to some type of compromise on that. But that's my thought on that. I spent too much time there. I did think that his brother has some really good advice. He said, address the small things first. And I agree with that. One thing I thought about there was, when you have issues with your spouse, don't go to them with the laundry list. Don't be like, these are the 10 things that bother me about you. 1, you don't put away your socks. 2, you don't wash the dishes. 3, you don't take a trash. It's a lot. If there's things that bother you, and there are going to be things that bother you, there really are. There's 2 becoming 1. You have 2 that you live 2 separate lives, and now you're having to live 1 life. It is very different. And depending on your age, you've lived life a lot by yourself. So it takes a minute, but instead of coming to your spouse with all these things that may be getting to you, maybe try just 2 items, your top 2 of your 10. That's a good option. But that just came to mind when his brother was just like, yeah, just maybe the small things, address the small things first, and then maybe build up to the bigger things. But however you decide to do that, but I definitely do suggest, don't come with somebody, don't drop a laundry list of things on people. Can't nobody digest that. People need time to process. So don't dump it and be like, all right, what you want to do with it? No. Let's start with one or two and then like go from there. So yeah, I did like his thoughts on that. So yeah, the next scene with them, it was Noy and her friend. And so she was just telling her about the experience so far. She was just like, Steve dropped the L word last week. He's been dropping the L word consistently. So that was kind of cute. That was nice. 'Cause when he first dropped the L word, I was kind of like, it was kind of anticlimactic. I was just like, oh, okay. Because she was bugging him about it. She was like annoying about it and just nagging and whiny and babyish. And so I was just like, no, I don't want to say I love you now because I feel like I'm saying it because you're telling me to say it. So I think that's why when it happened, usually I'm just like, oh, that's so cute, that's all. But I was just like, okay. So now that I hear that he's saying it consistently, now I feel a little bit more emotions towards that. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more emotion towards the whole L word dropping every so often. So that's cool. She did mention that Steve is like the fixer of the problems. It seems like he doesn't like to go to bed angry, which is very good in theory. I don't know how many of you married people out there don't go to bed angry. I'm still learning to be married. So I'm glad that Steve does not like to go to bed angry, and he does seem like a problem solver. He likes to address issues head on. He wants to attack them. Even like when she left the house for 24 hours, he was just like, yo, let's get to the bottom of this. I don't know what I did. Like, let me know. Can we talk about this? Can I explain my side of the story? Can we come to some type of common ground? So he does seem like that type of person, the way his brain operates. He's just like, no, there has to be a way that we can fix this. And so I do appreciate that about him. Noy is the runner. And Steve is like, nah, we about to sit down here and figure these things out. Only things he don't want to sit down and figure out is his finances. And I'm sure, and I know people are just like, oh, he got money and he wouldn't, have been able to go and do his little sabbatical or whatever for, I don't know, was it 3 months if he didn't have money? I am not doubting that the man has money. I'm not in his pockets. I don't know what he has. I do know he has his mindset is sound. So it appears that he has a plan. My only issue is you need to share your sound plan with your wife. That's my only issue. Not doubting you, Steve. I'm doubting you, Steve. But you just need to share your plan. That's all. That is all I'm asking. That's all. So, yeah, so she was talking about that with the friend. He's a fixer of problem, doesn't like to go to bed angry, talked about the job situation, and feels he's not ambitious. I don't know if I agree with the not ambitious part. I feel he is ambitious. He just shows it in a different way. Because it does seem like he does want, like he was talking about the side gigs, and side gigs can make money. And he was talking about, I just don't want a regular 9-to-5 type of job. Cool. There's entrepreneurs out there. There's people, YouTube channels. That's a job. These people out here making money off of this stuff. So there's other ways to make money other than the traditional way. Again, he just needs to share that with her. I think that'll make her more comfortable. She is very used to her family structure, like with the 3 kids and then the mom and or dad going to work. She's very used to that and hasn't seen or is not open to anything outside of that little box she lives in. So she's definitely going to need to open up her eyes and open up her mind to something different, a different way to make money. But Steve is going to have to show that that is a consistent way to make money to make her feel comfortable. That's all. So anniversary, so they exchanged gifts, and Steve comes with a jacket for sushi. At first I was just like, okay, what is up with these dudes giving these gifts to the dog? I want to give, but I don't have no dog. So maybe but no, I'm trying to think. because I probably won't ever have a dog, but I may have a child. And so my man gave my child, no, I want a gift. Forget the dog. Give your girl a gift. But he did. He gave the dog a jacket and then gave Noy a matching jacket. And then apparently he has a button up to match so that at some point they can have family photos. That is going to be an ugly family photo. Was that leopard print? All y'all going to have leopard print on? That's not going to be cute, but you like it. I don't even love it, but to each their own. But yeah, I was not feeling that gifts, but she was all excited about it. And then for the gift that she gave him was a Polaroid camera. I think it was really thoughtful because apparently he had been looking for one. He was kind of struggling off of like which one he wanted, and then she got him that. So I like thoughtful gifts. If I've been talking about something and then it shows up, at the house, I'm like, you been thinking about me, boo? You heard me say that 10 times. Thank you. So no, I really think that was a really thoughtful gift. So next scene with them, they had dinner on the boat. Steve was giving Noy a little history lesson. Like, this is where, you remember the Boston Tea Party? This is where they poured the tea into that's where all of that happened. And over there, that's where the ice cream shop is. We can go there sometime too. So that was really cute. One thing I noticed, Noy didn't cry this episode. Did y'all notice that? And you would think like this is for weeks. This is their 1 month anniversary. So this is like special. Like, shouldn't she have shed a tear or two? Maybe that's just me because she was crying over everything else. I guess after he said, I love you, she was like, I ain't got nothing else to cry about. I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was I was just like, okay. No tears? No tears? Okay. So, one question that Steve asked, Steve need to start asking some questions. I'm just like, Steve, you already know how it's going to end. He was like, so what would make our next month good? She was like, a plan about your finances. That's what's going to make the next month look good. How about that? And Noy just wants to have a discussion. That's all. She just wants a discussion. And then Steve was like, have I not been making every attempt to have a discussion about this? First of all, Steve, take the tone down just a little bit. Because your tone, that's not your tone. I felt a very sternness coming out of you, even though I can accept that. But to know your normal demeanor and where your level typically is, you was huffing and puffing just a little bit more. So take that down. So my thought to what he said, I'm just like, you just said that you have been making every attempt to have a conversation, have I not? I don't understand that. If you're attempting to have a conversation, have the conversation. If you can plan a date, you can plan a conversation. That don't make I don't, that part, I was like, Steve, you say some things sometimes, and I'm just like, that don't make no sense. You say very rational things, but it's sometimes when you're trying to defend yourself, you come out with some crazy stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't add up. If you're trying to have a conversation, have a dang conversation. It's not rocket science. It's not an act of God. It's not the Big Bang Theory. It's none of that. It's just, oh, you're home from work. Oh, never mind, Steve. You've always been home. I'm off work now. Let's have dinner. And this is what we can discuss. This is what we can talk about. Just plan it. Point blank, period. I don't understand what the big deal is. That to me was really dumb. So that's all I got about them. The next couple I'm gonna go on to Jasmine and Michael. Y'all, oh my gosh, Jasmine and Michael made me smile tonight, y'all. I was like, and I teared up. I got emotional. I said, is my cycle coming on or something? Maybe it's allergies. It's allergies, because I wasn't crying over them or nothing. That little sweet scene wasn't nothing to me. So Jasmine and Michael, the scene with them started out with Michael and his friend coming over to the apartment. And so just basic things. Okay, how's everything going? So he was just talking about how it was a rude awakening. It's not what he expected. And also how Jasmine was purposely not being vulnerable because she didn't feel like he was all in. I don't know how much I agree with that. Like, Jasmine, you was just being mean. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that she was not being vulnerable, because I mean, it makes sense. The words make sense. If I look at the words, I am not going to be vulnerable because I don't feel you're all in. That makes sense. Jasmina, if you add Jasmina to the mix, Jasmina was not being vulnerable because she did not feel that Michael was all in. When you add their names to the sentence, that don't make no sense to me. Jasmine, he was just being mean. You was just, I don't think you're attracted to him, and you were treating him that way. You were being that unnamed person that I'm not going to name. You were being her. That's all it is. Because we, as females, and I'm not gonna say everyone, but we'll open up to somebody who we attracted to. We open up to the wrong ones. This man is literally asking you, like, how can I do things better? Like, he is all into this process. He might do things a little wrong, and just needs to be, redirected, which would take a conversation if you guys can talk. But I think I think his intentions are there. So yeah, I can't believe that you weren't being vulnerable just because you didn't think he was all in. He's all into the process. He's just not doing it the way you want him to do it. And so again, that happens. Y'all don't know each other. Talk it through and tell him what you need, and he may get it wrong. Tell him what you need again. He may still get it wrong. Again, it is what it is. But I just don't like that excuse. To me, that's a cop out for Jasmina. I don't like it. So next there, I like this comment. He told his friend he was putting forth effort, what he thought was effort. And then he said he needs to start doing what she needs, not what he thinks she needs. I was like, yo, those were some gems being dropped tonight by Michael. I was like, I actually read something that was very similar, and it's almost like with love languages. There's 5 love languages. Knowing what your spouse's love language is. If their love language is not giving and you giving them gifts, but maybe their love language is quality time, but you ain't never spending no time with them, it's not hitting home. So you could do that all day. It was a guy dated like way back in the day, and that boy would buy me everything, and I was just like, Ninja, I don't want this. I can buy my own stuff. What I want is your time. And so that's where our gap was. So it's just like, I like that he was able to articulate that and say, I was doing stuff and I was putting forth effort. Why is this chick not getting it? She's not getting it because that's not her love language. That's not what she's asking for. Find out what they need and do that. So I liked that. I was like, okay, Michael, he's very insightful too. He thinks a lot. He needs to, probably not think as much, because I think he can trip himself up on that. But he definitely has had the things he has said. I'm just like, let me write that down for a rainy day. Put it in my pocket, Michael. Okay with that. I like that. So yeah, that was super. I love that comment. He was just like, oh my God, he is into Jasmina. Jasmina ain't into him though, but he is into Jasmina. He was just like, he feels that Jasmina is going to help him grow. I like your optimism. We'll leave that there. But Michael is planning something super romantic for their 1 month. And he hopes it connects with her. And if it doesn't, he was just like, I don't know what else, because I'm pulling out all the stops. And he does. I'm like, Michael, I don't even know what. I'm jumping out my skin for you right now. But so they did their 1 month. The first thing I wrote down was, did Jasmine wake up with no bonnet on her head? Sometimes I think these scenes might be staged, because she went to bed with makeup on her face, or at least they was in the bed. And then she woke up with no bonnet. I was like, Jasmina, you already know. Where your bonnet at, girl? So yeah, that was the first thing I had on my list. And then they had their infamous box where they had all the like their the stuff from the wedding, like the photos and things like that. So that was really cute. When he walked her out into the living room area, and he had breakfast laid out for her. The presentation was nice, the candles, the fruit, loving everything. I was like, Michael, did your sisters help you with that? Because this looks really, really nice. Because I saw where you lived at in your room. It didn't really look really decorative and everything like that. Didn't have a woman's touch to it. Even though you live with some women. But I was just like, your older sister, the one that I like, she helped you with this. But it was so nice. It was really, really nice. And then Jasmine liked it. All smiles. Jasmine was smiling, y'all. She was smiling. So they were looking at the wedding photos. They were like, crazy how things change from day to day. Because like change from day 1 to day 30. How things are like almost polar opposites. But married life is so much more than that one day. Like everyone, I won't say everyone, but you plan so much for that one day. One day, y'all. But y'all don't put that much planning into all the other days that follow. That's just how I feel. That one day has to be so perfect, but the rest of your life, you don't put that much energy into that. So we need that absolutely needs to change. But anyway, it's nostalgia, looking at the pictures and seeing how happy you were on that day. And it's nice to be able to, I don't know if it was the person who married us, or maybe I heard it was someone else. They were just like, if they could just package up all that feeling. Actually, I think it was one of the planners. They were just like, if she can package up all that feeling of love and happiness of that one day and like put it into like the marriage long term, it would be great. If you had if those feelings went, from day to day, but life comes, y'all. Bills come, y'all. Babies come, y'all. Sicknesses, parents dying. All life comes at you like, whoa. And so you got to handle that. You got to know how to handle that. But it's nice to look back. But also, if you can put that much forethought into a one-day event, try to put that much forethought into how we going to live together. How we going to pay these bills together. How we going to communicate. That's what Michael and Jasmine, they need to work on. How we going to communicate. But yeah, so I still absolutely love the scenes where they look back at the pictures, because everyone is just like, oh my gosh, we're so cute. But again, we can't stop at the happily ever after. Like we, young girls like myself, I'll be watching these romantic comedies and they all end the same. They together, but you don't see the life after. You see the wedding and that's it. You do not see the life after. That's the people. They be getting you on that. You be like, oh, everything's gonna be happy and sweet. It's not. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to say that. I'm not gonna say it's not, but you have to work at it. That's what I want to say. But yeah, so yeah, stop. You can't stop at the. I wrote down. You can't stop at the happily ever after. You better be ready to work forevermore. That's what has to happen. But one thing I did notice in that scene, first I was like, hold up, they writing in journals, but I missed the part where they were looking at their vows and how Michael had mentioned, let's just rewrite our vows in the journal. So that's how he got her to write in that journal, y'all. Michael was real slick with it. All right, I see you, bruh. I see you. So the next scene was dinner. They looked cute. I love the setup. I was like, okay, Michael, you better do that. I was over here cheesing. They over there cheesing. We all over here cheesing. I was just like, you better go ahead, bro. I was like all smiles. It was crazy. And Jasmina, she shocked me, y'all. She was smiling. She ain't had no tone. I just had all these warm and fuzzies on the inside. I love the recreation of their wedding day. Like, that was so perfect. I was like, Michael, that was perfect, because it showed, one, he was listening. Because I think they both had mentioned, I know specifically Jasmina has mentioned that, we have not been happy since day one. Like, since our wedding, we have not seen that type of happiness. So he thought to recreate that day of happiness and joy for them. I was like, bruh, That was so sweet. Like, that literally brought tears to my eyes. And these couples don't be bringing tears to my eyes. I don't think no episode has ever done that. Y'all, I think it's allergies. That's the only reason these tears is coming. Because ain't no other way. I've been watching this since season 1. Ain't nobody made me cry. But this time, y'all, I was crying. Even when Michael was crying last week about the deaths that were he is experiencing his family, I didn't cry over that, but I cried over this. Is that am I something wrong with me? But anyway, I loved it. So yeah, just feeling warm and fuzzy inside. They recited their vows. I loved how, they kind of recited them for, today. And then I like the part of her vow where she said, I promise to light up your life like the candles you do every night. That was cute. She has a sense of humor. She really does. So she just needs that side of her to come out just a little bit more. And then the cellist, I think that's how you pronounce it. He started playing the cello. They did their second dance. I said, hey. And then they took a slice of cake. I was like, this is too cute. But they both kept saying they haven't been happy since their wedding day. So this was just so perfect, y'all. This was so perfect. I am just like, flooded with emotions. I'm gonna be flooded with different emotions when I talk about a different couple. But for right now, let's just stay in this happy place. I love it. But he was saying that he was doing things before out of obligation versus actually wanting to. Jasmine did say, and she said this before, and I don't agree with it. She was just like, the first 4 weeks were a waste. I don't think things are a waste. I think they're learning experiences. There's always something you can take away from it. The first 4 weeks, something happened. Fights happened, miscommunication happened. So I don't feel that it was you've learned, you've grown. There is always something to take away from a situation, whether it's good or bad. You can take something away from it. There's like when I'm at work, sometimes I'm spending time on one task, and then at the end of the task, I'm just like, shoot, it's all wrong. I done wasted 10 hours on this. No, I learned a better way to do it. Or sometimes in doing that deep dive, I learned another skill. So I don't agree with her saying it's a waste. It wasn't a waste. You grew. You either grew personally, hopefully. I don't know, Jasmine, she probably didn't grow too much, but you learn more about yourself. You learn more about the other person. You learn more about what you want and you don't want. So even in bad, like if you get in a bad relationship and it ends terrible, you've learned that was not a waste of time. You learned exactly what you don't want. So yeah, that's just my opinion on that. So I didn't agree with her statement. I was like, Jasmine, nah, you thinking negative is what you doing. But yeah, my nerves was really shot when they sit and talk for a really extended period of time. I'm always like, oh shoot, they about to fight, y'all. They about to fight. She about to say something. She gonna pop off at him. I'm always ready for the pop off. She ain't pop off though. She ain't pop off. Whew, Jasmine she just surprised me this whole episode. I was just like, Michael, you did it. Michael, you gonna need to do this every day. That's the only way to keep this Jasmine. Ain't no another way. But yeah, so I was super nervous about that. But they made it through to a dinner. That was great. So they ended up back at the apartment. They were still smiling. They ate the top layer of their cake. And I felt like, I don't know, I was looking at Michael's eyes, y'all. I was looking at his eyes, and I was just like, you look like you got those I want to kiss you eyes. I just felt like those were his eyes. Like he was just, I don't know, I can't do it. I already got this eye issue going on. So I'll probably look cross-eyed if I try to do it. But it just seemed like he just wanted to lean in and get that little kiss. But Jasmine I don't think she gave him those vibes of you can lean in and kiss me. She was probably like, we had a good night. I smiled the whole night. That's your kiss, boo. So that's what I have for them. Loved it. So now let's move on to our next couple, Lindsay and Mark. So they wake up to the cats. I think they was all in the bed. They was around, but I'm not a cat person, y'all. So I was just rolling my eyes. I had a situation with a cat. It got in my house. I was bringing in groceries It's a house I lived in, and so I propped the door open so I could bring the groceries in. This cat, it came in the house, y'all. I saw the tail in my kitchen. The door is here. The kitchen is all the way on the other side. It's in the back of the house. Why are you in the house? And he knew he was wrong because he made a V-line straight for the door. Y'all don't like no cats. I'm sorry. I digress. So it seems like they waking up and they good. They in a good place right now. There was a job conversation. My fire stick went out. I was not happy about that. And so I'm just like, I missed some of the conversation with Lindsay and Mark in the beginning. So I had to like get my phone out and start playing it there. And then I finally got my fire stick to work. So then I had it playing in both places. I was just like, as the fire stick go out, I got my phone. Y'all was ready. But so I didn't get the whole conversation. So you may have to fill me in on this. If I get some of the details wrong, just be like, Trina, that ain't what they said. I don't agree with what you said because you ain't get the whole story. So basically I'm going to give you information, my review based off of what I heard. I just heard the part she was just like, I think he was just like, it was something with his job. I don't know if he lost his job or he's trying to figure out a new career or whatever. And she was just like, well, your job could be just to get to know me. And I was just like, wait, what? Get to know you? That needs to be his job? You paying him for this job? Furthermore, does he want that job? There's a lot of jobs people offer me I don't want. I will respectfully decline that role. No, I don't want that. So I was like, no. But just the other note I had there was like, she's so me focused, like focus on me, do this for me. I need this from you for me. And it's just like, but what does Mark need? Mark needs you to calm down. Mark needs you to stop talking. Mark needs you to not pop off. Mark needs you to just be a normal human being. Can you do that? So it's just like she doesn't self-reflect at all. But she points out every imperfection in Mark. And yes, he has them. But Lindsay, you have them as well. And so what I've learned is you cannot be so hyper-focused on your spouse's imperfection that you forget you have the ones of your own. So it's just like, I really need her to be more self-reflective. Will she ever get to that point? Probably not. But that is my hope for her. It really, my hope for her and Mark. I don't think they're going to make it though. Mark can't take it. I see his nerves. His nerves is shot. You just see him. He look nervous. He just be sitting there like, in them eyes. And so I just be like, my poor boo-boo. But anyway, so Lindsay focused on herself. This man, he don't want to work for you and make you feel better about your... See, he don't want to do that. Yeah. But I will say, I don't often take Lindsay's side, y'all. So go ahead, save this part of the clip because it ain't probably gonna happen again. I do see some points that she's making and I agree with, but it's just her delivery. You can offer me steak and eggs on a garbage can pail top and I'm going to look at you sideways. But if you put the presentation, just like Michael with the presentation, you need to present that thing so that it looks inviting and I actually want to eat it. So she's presenting things to him that some of it is good stuff, but he don't want to eat it. Look at the plate that you're presenting it on. Like, he can't take that in. You're not going to receive stuff that's coming at you like that. And she doesn't understand that. So like just the part where she was just like, you're always thinking about, well, what am I going to do with my job? And I need to do this. You're not thinking about we. And I'm always thinking about, us as a couple. So I understand that logic where you want your spouse to think more couple, more marriage, more we. But Mark is thinking like, we might not be together. So I'm really thinking me. But I get where she's coming from. Again, this is going to be the first and probably last time I take up for Lindsay. But she has some good points in what she has said. And I'm not saying she has not had good points in the past, but her delivery method needs to change a lot like Elishawan. We'll get into that later. So that's all I have about that situation. Then the next scene was Mark shopping with Chris. Chris done made an appearance. Okay, look at you. Stop trying to stay relevant. Okay. So he ended up getting her a terrarium. I ain't never heard of that girl. I think I've seen one before. I've definitely seen one. I didn't know it had a name, but that was really cool. I actually like it. It seemed very Lindsay-ish too, especially when I think he got some stones and some other stuff. So it was really, really cute. He did mention to Chris, I ain't in love with her. We know. But also it makes sense. It's been 4 weeks. I ain't said I love you to nobody in 4 weeks. So just because they're married, they're still, but you're married a stranger and it's only been 4 weeks. You don't say I love you until week 8. Honestly, I don't think that's weird. So like the past episodes where I've seen the females like, he ain't say I love you. I don't know. If he don't say I love you by decision day, it's gonna be a no for me. Why? Because he's only known you for 4 to 8 weeks and he ain't say I love you. So now the marriage is doomed. Give that bro some time. So yeah. You not loving Lindsay, that one's easy to understand. But he was just like, one thing that would help him in his journey together with Lindsay, if she would just stop having these knee-jerk reactions and throwing these jabs. I was just like, good luck with that one, Mark. That ain't gonna happen. So their 1 month, it was really cute. Mark planned a little camping type adventure. That's something that apparently Lindsay likes, the outdoor type scene. I thought that was very cute, very thoughtful. I was just waiting for Lindsay to say something out of pocket. I was just like, what you gonna say? You always say something. You always say something to mess up the mood. But she did not, so I was very surprised she didn't. But Mark, he tried to, he was lighting a fire, making like the campfire or whatever. He blowing at it. I was like, poor Mark. He be doing the most. And she was just sitting there like, this poor baby. But he got it going. I don't know if his breath helped with that, or it just, if the firewood is the flammable firewood, that doesn't take much to light. It was probably that. But anyway, he looked crazy doing that. But I thought the whole scene was, just the thought of what he was doing was really thoughtful. Lindsay opened up her gift. And she took one of the stones out because I think he got several different stones, and they stated what they said. The only one that stood out to me is the stone that said laughter. I said, why you get that stone for her? Don't get no laughter stone. Her laugh is like evil. You want to hear that? Throw that stone away. Throw that in the river. Skip that stone in the river. Don't nobody want that. Leave that at the campsite. Throw it in the fire. Throw it in the fire, Mark. Throw it in the fire. Yeah, I was just like, no, don't give her no laughter stone. But anyway, they was happy, so I was just like, I'm happy. They went into the tent. The tent was really cute. I really liked that. They opened up their basket of goodies from the production and the expert, looking at their wedding photos. I thought that was nice. Again, looking at photos always make you super nostalgic. They watched the wedding video, so that was cute. I liked how they did the screen on the tent. That was really nice. So they could kind of just take them back. And so they kind of played Lindsay's vow, like they showed the clip of her reading her vows. And so the things that stuck out were, I will honor you, I will respect you, I will always choose you first. I was like, but have you done that? Lindsay was getting a little bit emotional, and then Mark was getting emotional, just reflecting on their time together. I think there might have been thrown some apologies up in there somewhere. He did say that he always wants to protect her. Y'all, I was scared. He was about to say the L word. I was like, Mark, don't do it. And I was going to be so disappointed with him, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. But it just seemed like he was getting really close because he was getting so emotional. So I feel I don't know if he has strong feelings for her. He got strong something. I don't know if I would describe them as feelings for her. Like she has a good heart. We just have to figure out how to taper it in a way that is more digestible for human beings. I think that's what it is. But I did like their openness. Will it last? I don't know. Lindsay still Lindsay. Mark still Mark. Time will tell. Next couple is Kathina and Elishawan. So Katina is cooking. That's how this first scene opens up. And first I was like, what the heck you cooking? Are those eggs, girl? It looked like it's more eggs left in the pan than that you put on the plate. So I was just like, I mean, not to be, talking about your cooking skills. I know you don't like to cook, girlfriend, but them eggs was looking really dry and scraped up off that pan. But I don't want to talk about my girl. I do like Katina. I really do, but them eggs, they didn't look good though. So another scene was with Katina and her friend Amani. They talked about her being guarded and how O was bothered by that. It feels like she's just still dealing with past hurts and pains, and that's what's making her guarded. To me, it makes sense. I get it. In this type of experience, you do have to open up quicker than you typically would. So that, I think that is probably something she does need to work on. But I don't think at any point she mentioned any of the downfalls of Elishawan. She just mentioned the things that she needs to do to be better for him. So that always bothers me, and it concerns me as well. It's good to be self-reflective, like I need Lindsay to be self-reflective, but at some point it's just like, this other person does have issues and they need to be called out on their issue too. It's not just you. So that kind of bothered me, because I was just like, hold up, you ain't saying nothing about what this dude is doing over here. But anyway, she feels she can open up, and her friend was just like, yeah, you need to move with your heart. And I'm like, friends, I know you knew her since she was like 10, but move with your heart. Nah, I'm gonna need you to keep that heart just a little bit, yeah. Hold that heart a little closer, because I don't trust Elishawan with your heart. I feel he can drop it, kick it, roll it down the street. Don't trust that man right now with your heart. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. So I wasn't down for the friends, her response on that. But I think honestly it was probably because of the information that Katina was giving her. She was giving her a very watered down view of the whole entire situation. So honestly, the friend only was able to comment based on the information that was presented to her. So if you don't present somebody with all the information, they can't make an informed decision. They can't give you an informed comment, review, or opinion or suggestion of what you should do. So I guess that just thinking about that, that's probably why I was just like, girlfriend, I don't agree with that, but don't tell her that. But she don't know the whole story, so that makes sense for her to say something like that. She mentioned they still haven't consummated their marriage. They're working on an emotional connection. I was just like, okay. I honestly did not feel that they would go this long without consummating their marriage. That you can tell that they are both very attracted to each other. They have a lot of chemistry. So it's strange to me that they have not. They better not be lying to us. We're gonna find out. We'll find out probably after the reunion. Somebody on somebody's site is gonna be like, yeah, we did it. So I don't know. To me, that's still strange to see the type of person he is. And I keep going back to the scene where he was, basically giving the stripper the lap dance. But yeah, I don't know. That's still weird to me. And I'm just like, are y'all holding stuff from us? I don't know. But anyway, they got to their 1 month anniversary. The infamous box of goodies. They got that. Katina planned something for Elishawan. My first thought was just like, Katina, why are you planning something? But she said it before I could say it. She was just like, I know the man usually plans the stuff, but I can do that. I can handle the 1 month. He needs to handle the 1 year. He's going to handle the 1 year, y'all. Okay. So they went on a gondola ride. Y'all. They could not say this word to save their life. First it was he was like, yeah, this gondola ride. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then he proceeded to say the word again. Yeah, I think I'm really going to enjoy this gondola ride. I was like, if you can't say the word, stop saying it. I've been on calls like at work, and I'm trying to say this really intelligent word and I can't get it out. I'm gonna say the easy word. This was good. So instead of saying spectacular, whatever word I could not think of in the moment, or maybe did not know how to pronounce correctly, I just don't say it. I say the low level word, and I laugh at myself when I do it. I'm like, you know what? I don't know that word. Good. Everything is good, y'all. We can move forward. So, but the simple fact that he just kept saying it, I'm just like, no, boo. And then towards, I thought it was just him. I figured she knew how to pronounce it. You booked it. Did you not see how it was spelled? She was like, yeah, the gondola, right? Gondola, right? The freaking gondola driver person was like, ganja is something different. Y'all, I was done. I was just like, he's supposed to be a silent party to this trip. That's all. He's like when you're doing the horse-drawn carriages, those drivers don't talk to you. They're not supposed to. They're invisible. It's like back in the day. They're the help. They don't talk. But he literally was like, He said, if y'all say that one more time, y'all, it's ruining my nerves. This is a gondola, y'all. It's a gondola. Ganja is different. Ganja is marijuana, pot. That's what you're talking about. And that's not what this is. That thing was funny to me. But anyway, they could not say that word to save their entire life. But I thought it was really cute. I like the fact that she thought about, he was talking about he wants to travel more. And she mentioned she went to Italy and how she took a gondola ride. And she really enjoyed it. I do want to eventually do a gondola ride. Maybe I just go to Boston and do it. I don't know. But anyway, I really like that. I liked her thought that she put into it. Just didn't like the fact that they didn't know how to pronounce the word. But the next thing for them that I have for them, they mentioned, Elishawan had said, I like that her turn up world can meet my relaxed world. I am still I keep saying the jury is still out on Elishawan. He's doing a lot of stuff that's terrible, it's bad, it's unacceptable, it is not okay. All that stuff, I agree with you. But then they say, I don't know if production can't paint, no, they can't paint that picture. That's who he is. But then I also wonder, is there this other Elishawan? Because for him to say her turn up world, come to my relaxed world, did I not see you giving the stripper a lap dance? Did I not see you working like you was working for the dollars? Did I not see you looking like you was popping bands to make her dance? Did I imagine that? Maybe that was me, because I'm just like, that seemed pretty turned up to me. And then on the after show, they even mentioned, because they were trying to figure out, why he upset? We don't, what is this? Before, they got back to the house, because she rode, Kathina rode home with Jasmine after the dinner. We'll get to all of that. And so they were just like, maybe it was alcohol, because he don't like us to drink. So then Keisha Knight Pulliam was like, yo, he don't drink. She was like, Kathina said he's like a one drink type of person. I would have never got that. So this turned down one drink guy, and this is in the same body as this, I'm a wine and grind on you guy. I just don't understand, y'all. I don't understand, but whatever. So that statement threw me totally off. He was like, yeah, I love this. Katina's at an 8.5 or 9. I was just like, okay, what's she gonna be at later on this evening? We already know where that's gonna go. But anyway, I was just like, let's see how long that lasts. And it didn't last long. So now they're back at the apartment. He's talking about, yeah, I'm feeling her now. I was liking her before, but I'm feeling her now. And she's just all happy and she's giddy. And she's just like, yeah, he's feeling me now. And I'm just like, Kathina, stop. You're not making this easy for me. It's just not. Anyway, I just didn't like that part. Like, I'm happy because he's happy with me. And it's just like, again, you want to make your house happy, but it just seems like she rides off of that. That part I don't like. Like his praise is literally like a dog. Like, you did good, here's your treat. I'm feeling you now. No. I need your levels, your grades, your 8.5s, your 9s, whether I'm wifey or not wifey, not to be based on what I do or don't do. Like, I don't know, it's just his the way he thinks somehow, and his logic is really twisted, and I can't get past that. Anyway, so she asked for a pair of pajamas because she was just like, I don't got no pajamas. I was baffled by that because I was just like, I'm the person. This is me. Ain't a lot of people like me. I change my pajamas every night. Like, I don't like wearing the same pair of pajamas. Like, my pajamas I wear tonight, they will be in the laundry basket. In the morning, I'm getting out a new pair for the next day. That is me. Again, everybody ain't like that. So when I go on trips, because when I go domestic, I do not check a bag. I just don't do that. So I'm trying to pack everything up in that bag. So, me, if I'm staying somewhere for a week and I can't have 5 pair of pajamas because, I already got limited space. So I got to, figure out how I'm going to do that. But Kathina, how many pairs of pajamas did you bring to the apartment? Maybe you only brought 1 or 2. Did you just not wash them? So I don't know that. I was just I don't know, that just caught me. I was just like, so you don't got no pajamas? That again, that was just me, but that's because the way I wear my pajamas, everybody ain't like me. I get that, but I need you to have more than 1 or 2 pair of pajamas for this 8-week journey. Katina's wig was getting in the way of them cuddling. I just saw Elishawan. He was like, trying to move that heavy tail wig. Y'all, I haven't talked about that wig since I've done reviews, but it stood out. It stood out tonight, y'all. It stood out. He literally was trying to lift it up and move it and tuck it so that he can lay and cuddle with her like she like. And I was just like, Katina, you know what's gonna help? You know what would have helped? If you had a bonnet. Yes, the second time I'm talking about a bonnet tonight. If y'all females, y'all African American females will wear a doggone bonnet to bed, we would be good. He would not have to try to figure out where to tuck and pin your wig. Katina, come on now, girl. You know better than that. And so that is the last thing I have for them. I was just too done after that wig. I said, I ain't talked about your wig the whole time. You pretty girl. That wig, though, it looked really heavy. And just wear a bonnet. Let's just go there. Let's just wear a bonnet. All right. So let's go to this dinner scene, y'all. This dinner scene. Yo, what the happened? Just when you think things are up, they quickly go down. And O is typically at the center, either O or Lindsay. So, yeah, and I got some things about Lindsay. I had to write this down in my other notebook, y'all. I was just like, I almost missed this one, so I got my notebook beside me. So, Kathina, she kind of foreshadowed the night. She was just like, yeah, I can't wait till we get into it, hear about what the other couples are doing. I want to know about the drama. Yeah, I want to know that tea. And I'm just like, ooh, you about to have your own, Kathina, so you about to get your wish. So I was like, But, so they're at dinner, Noy's in love. She says, I love him. I'm in love with him and I like him. And Steve is like, ooh, the 3 L's. So anyway, that was that little, that little corny mess. That was cute. Again, that just don't give me a lot, y'all. So everything they do, it would typically be cute, but I just be like, They reveal to everyone that they have consummated their marriage. Didn't know that. Kind of figured that. So I guess they made up maybe after Noodlegate. I don't know. Lindsay, she's talking about, okay, so I didn't realize this until further on when everyone else started talking about. My first comment was like, when Lindsay, is this a time to express all your feelings, all the negative things that you feel about Mark, like in this moment, like in this venue? Is this what we doing? Like, can you hold some of those cards to your chest? I just didn't think that was the right venue for all of that. But then when Steve started saying some things about, well, Noy handles things like this and I handle things like that. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I missed the assignment. Maybe I missed the assignment that we going around in a circle and talking about what we don't like about our spouses and what they can do better. And if we going to make it to the decision day, this is what needs to happen. Because I think Jasmine came out her mouth and said some things. Michael may have said something. I don't know what he said. I don't know. Maybe I went to sleep. I'm not really sure. But so I was like, okay, so Lindsay, I can't get too mad at Lindsay because everybody started coming out their mouth with certain things. And then we all know how things ended at the end with, oh. So, yeah, that was that. We're just going to jump straight to O. My first comment was, oh, really? We going to do this? So Kathina started with, no. Kathina didn't start with nothing. O started with, I'm not sure if this is marriage chemistry or friendship chemistry. Bet. And then he said he noticed something on the way there and he really wanted to address it. My thought was, you're going to address this in front of the group. You're not going to take your wife aside in private or wait until you get home and address this. This is what you choose to do right now in front of other strangers that you don't know. This is what we gonna do. Bet. Yeah, that definitely should have been a private conversation. Certain things are not made for other people's ears. If you have an issue with me, tell me and don't bring it up in front of a group. You have not given me the opportunity to address it and to process it. And furthermore, it's embarrassing and it's awkward for the other couples. So I'm like, what good did you think was going to come out of this, Elishawan? Like, literally, did you even think? He doesn't think. That's the thing. He is it's like, he's a man child. In some ways, he's mature, and I'm using that word very, very loosely. And then there's other ways he is so immature, and it comes out in the way he speaks and the times he chooses to express himself and how he expresses himself. He's literally a child who throws tantrums, does not know how to express themselves any other way. But let me just get it all out. Let me just and let the chips fall where they may, and let's pick up the pieces later. It's like, that is not how you communicate at all. No parts of that are okay. None of it is okay. None of that is okay. Like, I don't know. I just had so many. Yeah. It just was not cool. I was not there for it at all. The whole don't open up a situation, a can of worms in front of a group of people. But one thing, and this I got, like I told you, I got my other book, because when they were talking and Lindsay done cut in. I already don't like you, Lindsay. Kathina don't like you, Lindsay. But she was just like, I hear you, because me and you are so much alike, because I know you're a ride or die, and this B, I don't know, what she say? And this B don't even know, or something like that. First, don't call me no B. That's number one. I don't do that with my friends. Some people, some females, they're okay with that. And if that's what you do, that's cool. And I get it. When I've seen, kind of like when us as African Americans be like, oh, what's up, my ninja? It's something that we say. And it's not, there's no offense taken. So I know when people say, that's my B, or what you doing, B, or B, I'm, this and that, that's a way that it's a term of endearment to each other. I don't use that word for me and for any of my friends. That's not how we talk. But so I think I took extra offense by it, because I'm just like, when I've heard that word used between females, it's usually it's in a friendly way, like, oh, that's my girl, that's my bee. Again, I don't use it because it could be mistaken for other things. But I didn't like it because I'm like, Lindsay, she ain't your girl. Don't come out your mouth with that. That's like someone, like I said, this ain't right, but this is just what happens. Somebody from another race being like, what's up, my ninja? No, you can't say that, boo-boo. Don't come out your mouth. Don't do that. Don't do that. So that particularly bothered me because I'm just like, she don't like you. Everybody else at the table is very put off by this whole scenario, and you gonna jump in and then say what you say. If Kathina popped off at this point in time, I would have been all for it. I would have been sitting there eating my popcorn like, girl, you said that. Oh, you did that? Yes. That would have been so friggin' entertainment. But yeah, I didn't like that. Didn't like the whole situation. And then he's gonna ask her the question, you want me to say this right now? You want me to say what it is right now? You want to do this in private? Nah, ninja, we gonna do this in private. You shouldn't open your mouth to begin with. You should have pulled me aside when we got off the bus. Or you should have just waited till we got home. Like, do you think? I don't know. Oh, gosh, he just irritated me so much. But like, yeah, I don't like you arguing in front of people and you're a couple. You present a united front. I could hate the very air you breathe and the ground that you're walking on. But if I am out in public, I am not disrespecting my man, and I'm not arguing out in public. When we get home, oh, it's on and popping, but I'm not doing that out in public. Don't do that. Respect the relationship. Respect. That's respect. Don't do that. Don't tear your man down in public, and don't tear your woman down in public. No. Oh my gosh. So upset. Whew, y'all. But they got back. So she didn't know what was going on. She didn't know what he was talking about. And they got back to the house. And I kind of figured this what it was. Because I saw we saw the previews a couple of weeks back. So I figured that might have been what it was. And it was exactly what I thought it was. It was a dating app. She didn't delete the app. He saw the app on her phone. And he lost it. He was just like, why do you have this app? You're married. I'm all in. You're not. I don't understand this. I mean, he's just like, There are points there. Just like Lindsay, you have made some good points, but your effing delivery is effed up. You need to change that. And so I did not like his tone with her. I did not like how he was yelling at her. I did not like how he was treating her like a child, like she was literally his child. And he was reprimanding her for something that she did. Do not come at me like that. I am not your child. I'm an adult. I'm your peer. I'm your wife. Don't do that. And so it was all types wrong. There's so many things that went wrong. There's so many things that could be unpacked here. And I don't even have enough time to do it. It's probably going to be a whole nother video, but it was just ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. I watched the after show, the after party, and one thing that Jasmine said was he always does that. He's that person who has to say everything that he means like right then, and then he comes back and apologizes. I'm not down for that. That's like, to me, I'm gonna go ahead and I may be going way far off here, y'all, but I'm gonna go off and say that's almost like a wife beater. I'm mad at you because you ain't cooked my dinner right, so I'm gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow and I'm gonna give you some flowers. I don't like it. And I will say, because there's some things about Elishawan, and people have said this, that he course corrects really well. Like in the moment he sucks, he like fails. If it was a test, he got a below a 0. But then he comes back and he's better. So he's just the failing part for me. I don't know if I can get over that. You yelling at me like that, that ain't gonna happen. I'm yelling back. This is what I'm gonna do. And it seemed like in the moment, Kathina was trying to get her voice out, but just from the previews, I thought she really got her voice out. She ain't really get crunk like I really wanted her to. Like, I wanted her to be like, yo, you this, you that, you ain't nothing. That's why your hairline all the way at the back of your head. I wanted her to go all the way in, y'all. She ain't do that. She nicer than me. She really, like, you know, I mean, she did enough. She was just like, yo, we done. Cut this scene. I'll see y'all tomorrow. But she ain't give me what needed to be given. That's all I can really say. But yeah, not feeling at all. Like, I have no words for yeah. Well, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. Comment down in the comments. What were you feeling in that moment? Like, it was literally rage coming up in me in that moment. It wasn't, usually it's when he's yelling, I'm usually feeling bad for Kathina. I had cut her out and I was looking at him like, you mother, are you serious right now? Like, my rage was on a 10 during this scene. So let me know what you think. Comment down in the comments. Again, we'll be back here next week for episode 12. We're getting closer to decision day. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will be back here next week again for another Married at First Sight review. Bye.